Hey everybody, my name is Tyler Orr. I'm a counselor and creator of a new type of psychotherapy called constructed awareness, and we can call it CA for short. So I just wanted to hop on here real quick and make a video to answer the question, what is CA? The easiest way I found to talk about CA is to talk about its three principles. So the first principle is if you bring awareness to something, it changes it. So basically, if you bring awareness to your experience changes. A good example of this is you're going to behave differently home alone than you would in front of me or anybody else. And that's because you're being observed. Just like little kids behave differently if they're being watched. Now, those are examples of external things. If you bring awareness to something in the environment, it changes. But the same is true for us internally, for our thoughts and sensations. If we're not bringing awareness to our thoughts and sensations, they're going to act more like little kids. Like they'll get away with things and they'll do kind of awful things if they're not being watched. Same thing is true for us inside with our thoughts and sensations. So with constructed awareness, we don't put any energy into trying to change the client's experience. We put all of our energy into trying to deepen their awareness of their experience and relying on the awareness itself to bring about the change. So it brings about this kind of effortless, organic approach to change rather than using force. So what do we bring in awareness to? That brings us to the second principle. Second principle is everything you've ever experienced is only made of three things. We call those the three building blocks of reality in CA. Those building blocks are thoughts, sensations, and external senses. Think about it. And I'll speak for me, but I'd love for you to chew on this. I've never experienced anything that wasn't one of those three things. A thought, a sensation, those are our two internal parts, and our external senses, our five senses. And it's pretty wild to think that we can boil down our entire existence to just those three things. So that's what we're bringing awareness to in constructed awareness. Principle 3 is that most people are naturally more oriented to one of those building blocks, meaning they rely on that one part of their experience more than the other two. So we see that some people are more mentally oriented. They rely on their minds. Whenever they're upset, they need help regulating, they turn to thoughts. They plan, they analyze, they may go into fantasy to think through whatever it is that's bothering them. They tend to connect more on an intellectual level. Now, there's some people who are sensation oriented, so you can tell it's like their body runs the show. They regulate themselves through feeling and through movement. They tend to connect more with their bodies through like touch and sharing space and that kind of thing. Other people are externally oriented, so they rely on their external environment to regulate themselves. When they're upset, they start to regulate the environment. It's kind of like if you're okay, I'm okay. So a lot of times when you see them upset, they start taking care of people and cleaning and organizing and that kind of thing. So those three orientations in CA, it develops into a typology of 6 orientation types or personality types. Now, we can't get into that in this video, but soon I will create another video about the CA typology. And I know this was a quick sort of description of the 3 principles and how to talk about and understand CA. But stay tuned in because moving forward over the next few weeks, I'm going to create more videos. I'll take like the first principle and break it down. Next video, the second principle, go more in depth with it. So, so keep checking back. If you're watching this after it's been posted, maybe just go back and you can learn more about it. But this feels like a good place to stop for now. Thank you so much. Take care.